Hey everyone!
Welcome to our latest mech spotlight video.
Today we have a sneak peek of our newest mech, Gatecrasher.
I've heard great things about this mech, but what's with the name? Sounds like we're getting a specialist at turning up to parties uninvited.
Well, let's just say that in a very literal sense, this mech has no issue with crashing through actual gates.
Sounds intriguing. Tell me more.
With pleasure. So, Gatecrasher is a legendary attacker mech. As you would expect, that means it has plenty of firepower. But the real fun begins when its ability, Ion Pod, comes into play. See that projectile? It attaches to other mechs or objects on the map, and boom! Yeah, if you attach it to a mech, after a few seconds, it'll cause a powerful blast that can damage anything caught inside.
Nice. It can stick to any mech, friend or foe?
That's right. If the Ion Pod sticks to a teammate, though, they won't be hurt by the blast. But any enemies caught in the radius will.
So I can use a kill shot on my team to deliver the package for me. Nice. Is there any way to counter it?
The only way a pod can be disabled once it's attached to an enemy mech is if a guardian on their team hits them with a system crash.
Interesting. You mentioned that the Ion Pod can attach itself to objects as well. Why would I want to do that?
Well, here's where things get really interesting. When you stick an Ion Pod to an object, it has the potential to deal even more damage than if you were to attach it to your opponent's forehead. First, there's a different explosion. The pod releases a cylindrical beam blast that instantly damages any mechs located directly on the opposite side of the object to where the pod is attached. Then, the ion beam stays there for 7 seconds, or more if you boost it with an implant. Any enemy mech that comes into contact with the beam will take damage every half a second, so it can build up quick.
Wow, so I can literally shoot through walls?
Yep. The Ion Pod gives you tons of options. You can cut enemies off from parts of the map, force them out of cover, the list goes on.
Amazing. I can't wait to try it out, but is there always a delay before the Ion Pod activates?
There is a slight delay, but even if your Gatecrasher gets destroyed, the Ion Pod stays active. That said, if you attach the pod to a temporary object like Panther's stasis barrier or Aegis's dome shield, then when the object disappears, the pod will too.
Oh, so until the barrier disappears, the ion beam will actually go through it too and damage opponents on the other side?
Correct. And if you can hit an MD while it's using its repair field, your ability will disrupt it and prevent it from healing its teammates.
Outstanding. So let's talk weapons. What kinds of loadouts are good for Gatecrasher?
With a max energy capacity of 32, you can choose any combination of weapons currently in the game. Though, as always, you should try to match your weapons to the role you want to play. I personally love disc launchers and sniper weapons. Flush the opponent out of cover with the Ion Pod, then deal huge amounts of damage before they get away. Missile racks are a great option as well.
Yeah, it would work great if an ally had a stasis beam too. They can slow down the enemy, then I drop an Ion Pod and catch them in the ion beam.
That does sound like a solid tactic.
I think this mech is going to make a lot of players very happy, but I guess you need pretty good map knowledge to get the most out of Gatecrasher.
Right again. Since Ion Pods activate after a delay, preempting your opponent's movements will be crucial. Like any ability, Ion Pods have a cooldown, so you want to make every one count.
As always, timing is everything. And what about some tips on fighting against Gatecrasher?
First off, move. Like, all the time. There's no target lock with the Ion Pod, and it doesn't detonate right away. If you keep moving, you'll have a chance of getting out of the ion beam before it drains your HP. Next tip, make Gatecrasher your #1 target. It may not have any protective or healing capability, but with a maximum HP of over 100,000, it's gonna take you a while to bring one down.
Copy that. Which mechs would be worthy opponents?
Since Guardian's System Crash can disable Ion Pods, that's definitely a good choice. Tanks that can take plenty of damage could come in very handy as well. And highly maneuverable scouts to get out of those pesky ion beams as quickly as possible.
Nice. Well, plenty there for us to try out in upcoming battles. Is there anything else we should know?
I think you're all up to speed. It's time to get out there and flesh out some campers.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the crash course.
As usual, don't forget to hit like, drop us a comment with your thoughts on Gatecrasher, and subscribe to our channel to stay on top of all the Mech Arena news. See you next time!
Bye.